Hey guys, what's happening? Performance V2 here, back with another episode of Let's Play Spy Fox in Some Assembly Required. This is the third episode, and this time we are going to be heading around and talking to this Mr. Amazing Caped Cod. Very unfortunately, I did not record audio this episode, so I didn't mean to not record audio. I guess I left it unchecked. However, I did do some stuff that's a little bit important. However, I now am kicking myself in the butt for saving afterwards because I could have re-recorded, but I guess that's not what I did. So, here we are next to Mr. Amazing Cape Cod, and he's telling us that he needs dark glasses and that he can't do it with his clear glasses. So, this is something that we can't do just yet, and he doesn't really give us any information that we can use. But we do know that he needs dark glasses, so we will give him some darn dark glasses. And I went in here to check if he gave me a chat bubble, and he didn't, so now I'm going in to see if my audio is too loud, and I guess, oh, I can't even do anything about the audio in this game. So, well, you can turn off background sounds completely, but that doesn't help us. And then I open it again by accident. But, now we're gonna head to this large, super large tower that's oddly tilted. And we see this binocular set looking forward. So Spy Fox is telling us, some cheap, cheesy pun. And then we see this turtle breathing into the machine. What does that mean? We don't know. But I think I know. So I go around and look on the screen for a while, waiting for somebody else to come. And I guess I don't realize that nobody else does come. But while we wait, we can see this little Miss Grandma throwing down some bird seeds. And now I'm checking around for what sound keeps popping up, because there's this, like, boing sound going around, and there's also, like, a ding. And so I finally found it, and it's some bird in a tree going up and down, and it was kind of annoying me. And so I exit out, and I come downstairs, knowing that there's nothing else I can really do right now, and I check if I can do anything with the cannon, but nope, to no avail, of course. Now I'm going ahead into the ice rink, and I try to show this to the guy, and he's like, oh, I'm not going to accept that. So I try to show it to myself, and it doesn't work there. So I click there, and he tells me, oh, you don't even have ice skates. So I now realize that I'm going to have to go get ice skates. And before that, I check in here to see what's different, and we're gonna have to use that heat machine soon. So I guess I'm gonna go back and try to see if I can find anything that heats up. But first, here's the large toaster, and this guy breathes in, and uh-oh, he drops his glasses. I guess I skipped that cutscene by accident, but look at Spy Fox kicking things into his pocket. What a pro, right? So we now have that in our inventory. And I kind of messed up there. I thought I was supposed to just go up here. It's actually not so much messing up, but I don't do it to my correct ability, because this right here won't help me very much at all. I'm going to look through here and see, oh, hey, there's nothing to go. And I wait for a little while to see if anybody comes, but unfortunately, no, nothing happens. So, I guess I can talk about something else while I do this. Pokemon Red, you saw, I put that up yesterday, and I did that little toolbar, sidebar, I guess you could say. And that took me a while of work, and I'm pretty proud with it, and I'm glad it went up to 720p HD, so I hope you guys can enjoy that. Unfortunately, I did mess up a little bit on the sidebar. As you can see, palmed didn't really fit, so I made it too small, and it kind of just looks bad. So I fixed it for the next episode that you will see tomorrow. Otherwise, I'm going back into my cabin, and I accidentally skipped a cutscene. As you see, I now have the blue ant. And I was talking about that guy a while ago. He's the one that kind of has that Project Runway voice. The guy has a really monotone voice. It's like, no, 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 no. Okay, I can't really do it, but you'll see soon. I don't have to use him this episode, so I didn't actually see his voice. I'm just scrolling through to see there's some wires, some forks and spoons, a vacuum cleaner, and I didn't know what the vacuum cleaner was, so I clicked on it, and the guy over here gives us a little bit of an explanation. Dr. Quack. It's called a stealth vac, and you basically suck in something. And I know that we do need to use that later, but not right now. So I grab the heat container because I remember that I have to heat up that one thermostat bar. And I also grabbed the skates because I know I'm going to have to ice skate soon. But first things first. Actually, did I grab the skates? Yeah. And I heat up this thing. Skip the cutscene because it's not important. He checks the heat and he runs out of there for help, I guess. And I get the camera because I think that I didn't need to use the camera, but I guess that's a different adventure. I do know that I've used the camera before in this scene, but I didn't need to use it this time. And so basically these guys are all puns, all of these statues. First thing we have to do, I actually checked if the camera worked. I still didn't understand why I didn't have to use it. First things first, I click on Mr. Wolfgang Duck, and that's actually his name in the game. Of course, they're all puns. So I talk about him. He basically says some monologue speech about it, and he's like, that chef suit might come in handy. And it does, of course, but I guess it'd be kind of weird. These are all wax statues, so I don't know why. I did click on the cockroach, but I guess I wanted to show you these. That's George Washington Cougar, I think. That one was Elephants. Wait, no. Thomas Elephant. And that last one I can't remember for the life of me. But it's something about... Oh, man. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's like Joan of Arc. It's a spin-off of Joan of Arc. I know that much. And man, it kind of pains me to say, but I totally forgot what I was talking about before I said so. Oh, well. Yeah, the wax statues. It's kind of weird that the wax statues would have an actual clothing that wouldn't happen in real life. God, cartoon game isn't even making it so that real life things are realistic. Jeez. And so I put on these skates and hop on the rink. But to my understanding, I guess that's not how I was supposed to do it, because Fox goes around and slips on the ice. Well, I guess you'll see that here in a second. Look how smooth he is, right? God, I could do better than him. And then he comes off and says, this ice is too slippery. And then then I open up my menu and I put that on me. Now it works because you can slide it into there. And I didn't know what the whole black thing was until this light comes in, beams, and Fox is doing his best. He flips his shoe onto his head, spins around again, and cameras are flashing. Beautiful, beautiful, just beautiful, huh? God, I wish I could be Star Fox, don't you? Star Fox? Spy Fox, jeez. And then Mr. whatever he is, I get to see a goat, is crying over here. It was so beautiful that he couldn't help himself. That move was better than anything he's ever seen. So we get our rose, and what a huge rose that is, huh? Fox puts that in his pocket, shirt pocket, I guess, whatever, and slides his way smoothly onto land. And now I know what I need to do with that rose, so I'm going to head down here straight to where I need to go, except for that's the wrong way, and up here I head. And then I give this lady a rose, just as she asked. And this is a cutscene that I can't remember what they say, so I'm sorry about that again. I wish I would have put audio on this video, or at least, I don't know, gotten a way to not have this happen, but I guess it's only one episode, and again, I'm incredibly sorry that it had to happen again, where I have no audio on my video. I guess I just forgot to click on the stereo mix, which makes me kind of mad. I did actually click on the stereo mix, I know I did. And then I see that there's only so many things I can probably guess myself, and then I'm like, there's got to be an easier way. So I click this leaflet, and I'm like, you know, I see a triangle on that. There's got to be a triangle on that, right? I think triangles first. I don't know what that second thing is, and I think it's a square at the end. And so I look up here to see if I can find it easier. And then she pokes that leaf through the magnifying glass, and I'm like, oh my god, there's a magnifying glass right there. And I see that it's a circle, triangle, square, and I was completely wrong on everything. and I get, wait, no, yeah, it is circle, triangle, square, I don't know what I was thinking. Alright, and I poke it in there, and she says, I'll put my rose in there instead of this Venus flytrap, and as I said, I will give you the Venus flytrap in exchange. And Fox says, what a smooth move, and she hands it over to Fox, who then puts it in his shirt pocket, and now I'm gonna go downstairs. I was checking to see if I could get the remote out of its mouth, but I can't do that just yet. And here I don't know exactly what I need to do next. So then I remember, yes, this guy. He drops his glasses here. You know what I can do? I can actually go ahead and put my glasses on myself. So I do just that. Yeah, I do just that after figuring it out. Took me a while, I guess. And head over here and breathe in the machine. And just in the nick before I got there, the thing disappears. I don't know. It's not a good word for it, but then it does say, maybe if I could see this from a higher distance, I'll be able to know what it is. And so I go over here and I think, maybe that triggered another guy coming, but nope. Yet again, no. And so I go around here just looking at the birds for quite a while again. So, again, I'll try to talk about something else. I was playing Pokemon Tower Defense again. Oh, wow. Well, anyways, I was playing Pokemon Tower Defense again. And, man, it is a lot harder than I expected. I beat it once, but I haven't gone back to it since, I don't know, August maybe. No, it wasn't August. That was a year ago. No, it had to be, like, more. Maybe it was just May, honestly. I don't know. It's not been too long. It hasn't been out for very long either. And so then we go through this cutscene, and I startle Miss Cow, whatever her name is, and I ask if I can work in her kitchen, not catchin, whatever. So she tells me I can't use any of her purple wooden spoons, and she shows me an example of her wooden spoon, I suppose. Then I just tell her, don't worry, I'm not going to use your spoons. And I guess I'd tell some cutesy joke, because I know she's going to tap me on the nose with the wooden spoon in a second. Yeah, I'm telling you right now. I'm like, I can tell you right now, I'm flattered to even be in your presence. What a cutie, she says. Actually, I don't remember exactly. But anyways, he gets tapped on the nose, and I go around and I ask her, hey, can I use the oven, miss? No, I ask her, hey, could I use your oven, miss? There we go. And so, she says, yeah, of course, make yourself at home, or make yourself at kitchen, I guess. And so I click it again, and it triggers the same exact thing. So, I'm like, hey, well, I'll hop down here. Oops, no I won't, I'll go back to LaRoche. Oh, no I won't, because I gotta take off my suit first. And I see if I can switch off these two guys, but I guess that wouldn't really help me in the long run. And I talk to LaRoche, and he sends me back down into the dog's mouth. So I don't really know what I have to do next, exactly. So I'm actually going to end the episode right before, well, I'm going to see if I can do anything here first at Wii World. So I click on these keys, and what can I do? Nothing. He tells me I'm not allowed to use anything because they go to the State Park Fair thing. Majig. And I try to take a picture of him for long-lasting memories, of course. But no, that doesn't do anything. So now I will end the episode off here. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys have an awesome day and an awesome weekend. And again, I am terribly sorry for the no audio. But I hope, anyways, you have an awesome time watching it regardless.